Now yesterday we have seen the structure of glucose molecule, and in the glucose molecule all the 6 carbon atoms are in a continuous chain. That proof is given by the reaction with the potassium iodide, and into that we obtain the N-hexane, that is the normal hexane. That is the first proof of the structure of the glucose, that in glucose all the 6 carbon atoms are in a straight chain. The another proof is what? Yesterday we have seen that proof, that glucose contains 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms and 6 oxygen atoms. And from the qualitative property and from the molecular mass, we give the molecular formula of the glucose as, from qualitative property means from boiling point, from freezing point we calculate the molecular weight, and from that we can calculate the molecular formula. So the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6, that is proved by qualitative properties, because science always trust on the reality, on observation, on experiments. And so in glucose there are the 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen and 6 oxygen atom. That means the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. That is the second proof. The third proof is that in glucose molecule there is presence of carbonyl group. There is presence of carbonyl group in glucose molecule. That is given by the proof what? There is the reaction with the hydroxylamine. Yesterday we have seen that reaction, and oxime, glucoxime is formed. Yesterday we see that reaction. There oxime, that means hydroxylamine means the formula is OH-NH2. That is hydroxylamine. And we know that aldehyde and ketones when also reacts with the hydroxylamine, there is formation of oxime, such as acetaldehyde gives acetaldeoxime and acetone gives acetoxime. And in the similar way, this glucose contains the aldehyde group in its structure, so it also gives the glucoxime when reacts with the hydroxylamine, and also with the hydrogen cyanide. It gives the cyanohydrin, because aldehyde and ketones carbonyl compound give the cyanohydrin. Similarly, glucose also gives the cyanohydrin. So that is the proof that glucose contains the carbonyl group. Carbonyl group means dash C double bond O dash. But now we have to see that the carbonyl group is aldehydic or ketonic. That proof is given by this fourth chemical reaction of glucose. That is the carbonyl group in glucose is the aldehydic group and not the ketonic group. Dash C double bond OH. This is proved by oxidation of glucose to give a 6 carbon containing monocarboxylic acid. That is the gluconic acid. If there may be the ketonic group, 2 different acids may be formed by bond breaking. But here the group is aldehydic group, so only one carboxylic acid is formed. That is the gluconic acid, and we have to do the oxidation by using the very mild oxidizing agent, not strong oxidizing agent, such as bromine water. Due to what? Bromine water, there is the formation of nascent oxygen. Now this is the molecular formula of glucose structure. We already see in the first lecture. That structure is also very important, may be asked into the examination, and we know that in the halogen derivative there are how many asymmetric carbon atoms in glucose? 4. You must remember that, because the first one have the aldehyde group and the last one have the primary hydroxyl group. So first and last carbon are not not asymmetric carbon, but glucose is very good optically active compound, and we call glucose as the dextrose sugar. Why we call the glucose as the dextrose sugar? Because it is dextrorotatory. That means it rotates the plane polarized light to the right hand side. So glucose is dextrorotatory, and glucose sugar is called as the dextrose. In medical language, the glucose water is called as the dextrose. Now see here, this mild oxidizing agent bromine water oxidizes this aldehydic group into the acidic group. You know the oxidation. What happens? aldehyde group, we only add the oxygen into that. In the aldehyde and ketone, we already see the oxidations of aldehyde and ketones by using the very strong oxidizing agent, that is potassium dichromate, acidified potassium dichromate, K2Cr2O7 dilute H2SO4. We use that, and in that case also the aldehyde is converted into the acidic group. So here also this aldehyde is converted directly into the acidic group. Only change that this aldehyde group is converted into the acidic group, and the remaining are as it is. But as that is the acid, it is called as the gluconic acid. And that is the acid, it is called the gluconic acid. Now this oxidizing agent, that is the bromine water, then converts the aldehyde into the gluconic acid, that is aldehyde group into the glucose into the gluconic acid. This is the proof that the glucose contains the aldehyde group, not the ketonic group as the carbonyl group. Now next group is about the presence of 5 hydroxyl groups in glucose. You know that. How we define the carbohydrates? What are carbohydrates? In first lecture I tell about that carbohydrates are nothing but they are polyhydroxy aldehydes or polyhydroxy ketone. Remember, in biological language or in biology, you always heard about the carbohydrate protein fats. But what chemically actually the carbohydrate proteins and fats, that we have to learn into this chapter. Now these carbohydrates are also called as the saccharides into the chemical language. Now saccharide means carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are defined as they are the polyhydroxy aldehydes or polyhydroxy ketone. That means they contain more than 2 hydroxyl groups into their molecule. And here in glucose there are totally 5 hydroxyl groups. Out of that, 4 hydroxyl groups are the secondary alcoholic type, and 1 is the primary, that is the last hydroxyl group. Then how we can prove that there is the presence of 5 hydroxyl groups in the glucose? Just react the glucose with the acetic anhydride or only do the acetylization of glucose. If there is formation of pentaacetate, glucose pentaacetate, then there is definitely there are the 5 hydroxyl groups, because when hydroxyl group reacts with the acetic anhydride or any acetylating reagent, we obtain the that is the acetate. Now here also what happens, see into the reaction. Now there are these are the 4 and this is the 5th hydroxyl group is there. Now acetic anhydride formula is CH3CO twice O. Now from the 2 molecules of acetic acid, water is eliminated and this acetic anhydride is formed. You know that very well. Now what happened? Only these hydrogens on each carbon atom, these hydrogens are replaced by this CH3CO group. These hydrogens are replaced by this CH3. Only attach the COCH3 on place of this hydrogen. See here, this CH is as it is. This oxygen is also as it is, and this COCH3 I am joined here. Now there are totally 4. So there are the 4 that is the acetate groups get attached to the this CHOH grouping. Again here this oxygen is there and this hydrogen get replaced by this CH3CO, that is the COCH3 group. Now what is the byproduct? Now see here, there is remaining again. Now these are the totally 10. 5 multiplied to 10 acetate group. Out of that 5 acetate group are comes here. Okay. Now only 5 acetate groups are remaining. See double bond or such groups. Now this oxygen is also there because 5 oxygen atoms, and these hydrogen which are replaced by the acetate groups attaches to this, and there is formation of acetic acid molecule. Now this is the proof. Now here is the formation of glucose pentaacetate. As glucose reacts with the acetic anhydride, there is formation of glucose pentaacetate. That means there are definitely 5 hydroxyl groups into the glucose. And from these proofs of different reaction, the structure of glucose molecule is we can deduce the structure of the glucose molecule. Now see the one of again the chemical reaction about that about the primary hydroxyl group into the glucose. Now let us see the last reaction which gives the proof about that the last carbon in glucose molecule is not the secondary carbon. That means the hydroxyl group attached to the last carbon is the primary alcoholic group. How the proof is given? When we oxidizes this glucose, or you can oxidize the gluconic acid also, because only just oxidize glucose first into the gluconic acid and then again oxidize the gluconic acid by using the nitric acid as the strong oxidizing agent. And if the last carbon hydroxyl group is also oxidizes into the acidic group, then this glucose content, that is the primary alcoholic group into that. Now when glucose and gluconic acid both on oxidation with dilute nitric acid, the same dicarboxylic acid is formed, that is the saccharic acid. Now why it is called as the saccharic acid? Because it contains 2 carboxylic acid group. The when glucose oxidizes with the dilute nitric acid, it directly converted into the saccharic acid. Both of the aldehyde group and the primary alcoholic group both get oxidized into the carboxylic acid group. But if we oxidize the gluconic acid, but first to obtain this gluconic acid, first oxidize this glucose into the gluconic acid by using the mild oxidizing agents such as bromine water. We already see that. If we react the glucose with the bromine water, it converts it into the gluconic acid. But gluconic acid contains only one COOH group, and on oxidation of this gluconic acid, again this primary alcoholic group is also oxidized into the acidic group, and there is the formation of saccharic acid. Now this is the proof that there is only one primary alcoholic group into the glucose molecule, and the 4 secondary alcoholic group do not get oxidized by this reaction with the nitric acid. And this shows, or this gives the proof that there is only one primary alcoholic OH group in that is the glucose. Now these are the 6 proof of the about the structure of the glucose. They may be asked into the examination for 3 marks. Draw the structure of glucose molecule and give about the all the functional group present into give the proof about the all the functional group present into the glucose. Now we have given these 6 tests, so 6 tests may be asked for the 3 marks, and such this is very important topic for the examination point of view, for board examination, also for CET, JEE. They maybe give you the reactions of the glucose and they ask what is the product. Then you just remember that when the glucose reacts with the nitric acid or oxidation with nitric acid, saccharic acid is formed. But when glucose oxidizes with the bromine water, gluconic acid is formed. That is the difference between them.